trouble with the law, and
poetry.
There is no poetry. It's an exciting true story that comes from the book of Acts in the Bible.
Bible study.
But nobody is reciting poetry.
Amazingly true story.
There you go.
the disciples had been filled with the Holy Spirit.
That means the Holy Spirit was helping them
The Holy Spirit.
tell the whole world about Jesus.
One day, two of the all-star disciples, Peter and John, went to the temple to pray.
They were stopped by a man sitting at the gates of the temple. He couldn't walk and was asking people for money.
The Holy Spirit probably helped them have a lot of money to help people, right?
No.
Alas, their pockets were empty of money.
No money.
Their hearts were full of the Holy Spirit who made them bold.
Peter told the man who couldn't walk to stand up and walk, and the man did. Man, the Holy Spirit can do anything.
The man was so excited that he followed Peter and John into the temple,
Temple time.
walking and jumping and shouting praises to God.
The people in the temple saw him walking and running and jumping. This dude was suddenly very athletic.
These are the same people who had seen him begging for money outside the temple gate. So they became super curious about what happened.
Did Peter tell them the guy was walking because of the Holy Spirit? Because this would be the perfect time to talk about the Holy Spirit, right?
He did. And it was. And because of that, a bunch of people in the temple decided that they wanted to be disciples of Jesus too. Woo! God's story was spreading fast.
Everyone must have loved listening to Peter and John.
Well, not everyone.
The religious leaders weren't happy because they didn't believe that Jesus had come back to life. And they didn't like Peter and John sharing God's story with other people.
The religious leaders responded very dramatically and had Peter and John thrown into prison overnight.
The next day, they had to stand before the Jewish court of law, and the religious leaders asked Peter and John where they got the power to do miracles and who gave them permission to share Jesus' message. And even though they had spent the night in prison, they were still bold, just like when they told that dude to walk.
Why? What did they say?
Peter told the religious leaders what was up. He said that the power of Jesus made that man walk.
And then he said unto them, only Jesus can bring forgiveness and fix the relationship between God and his people.
The religious leaders had supported Jesus being put to death, but they were amazed at how well Peter and John spoke, even though they hadn't gone to school or anything to learn how to talk before crowds.
It was because of the Holy Spirit, right?
Totally! And the religious leaders were so impressed, they let the disciples go.
Boom, yeah! But then they told them not to share the story of Jesus anymore.
But the disciples were bold again, and they told them they would never stop sharing the story of Jesus.
Yeah! Yeah!
Then Peter and John met with the rest of the disciples and told them what happened. And they all prayed.
And guess what? The Holy Spirit helped them all share Jesus' message even more boldly. Amazing! But the story isn't just for them.
I think I know where this is going.
When we tell God's story to other people, the Holy Spirit can help us be bold too. The possibilities are endless.